evening, race fans. Welcome into the last great Coliseum, host of tonight's sixth race of the Sweet Greek Grill Xfinity Series, the LSRL Xfinity Series, here tonight at Bristol for the Semper Fi 200. As always, got her up in the booth. How we doing tonight?
I'm excited. We've got 200 laps of short track action. With the way this season has gone with LSRL, with the tempers already, we've seen them flare, and we're going to lock them in the Coliseum and go at it?
Yeah, absolutely. Race information tonight is as follows. 2 laps of qualifying for the 200-lap main event. Stage break occurring at lap 50. Fuel capacity of 70% will give these guys a fuel run of 110 to 115 laps, so that really won't come into play tonight. Fuel strategy-wise, 5 total sets of tires, 1 starter, 4 in the pits, 0 fast repairs, and 2 green-white checkers if needed. And let's go ahead and get you out to the racetrack as qualifying is underway. Tyler Justice, top of the board, 14.90, setting the early pace. Cade Ferguson's first lap here, coming to the second. Good enough for 9th quickest as he puts it into the wall. Joseph McGill goes 8th quickest. Kyler Freese picked up his first top 5 of the season last week at Watkins Glen. And he is currently 10th. Mazzella hops up to 3rd on his first lap. They're all chasing Tyler Justice.
And the overwhelming favorite on the season.
Mazzella crosses the line. He improved a little bit, but still stays 3rd quickest. Jonathan Schwartz's first first lap, good enough for 4th quickest. And he find the 10th and a half to snatch away pole from Tyler Justice. Find out here. Crosses the line, 2nd lap, 300 slower. No improvement. Here comes James Goodwin. Sponsored last week's race, still got the same paint scheme.
Man, it's just trying to bring people to Harris Hill amusement park.
And let them know about YJ Media, so I'm all for it. Here is his first lap.
Do we get more exposure when it's on our channel, though?
I don't know.
Should we start hiring cars on other...
Diminishing returns almost at a certain point, right? But
like,
first lap good enough for 13th quickest.
How we buy our way into the Coke Series?
2nd lap. Would like to be on par with his teammate in 9th. We'll see if he can get there. And he'll go 8th quickest, so he does jump him. And here comes Wyatt Garrett in the 78 machine. Very loose on his first lap.
I think no parked cars out there for him right now.
Oh, and he is all out of shape, drifting. This will be a lap time, I think, but in the 22nd bracket, 17:05, and 2nd lap, not any better. And that's it. He'll be your 15th qualifier, but the laps are so short here. We have a couple of guys coming out very late, Jared Lindsay, Randy Arms. So they'll have time. Randy is further ahead, but with 50 seconds, they'll have plenty of time to get both laps in, so no concern there. And into the wall, though, so that, never mind, that's dead.
Ooh, there's a lot of damage, yeah.
So that's done. So Jared Lindsay will be the last man. Randy might be able to get a 2nd lap in, but heavily damaged. 16.3. He does beat Wyatt Garrett, but he was wrecking through the whole lap. Jared Lindsay's first lap of 15.5. What can they do?
Oh, and he's loose. He's going around.
So Randy, right front caved in. That car looks all out of shape. 2nd lap for him. Puts him above Jared Lindsay. So a couple of guys at the back that we weren't really expecting to be at the back. As we have 17 qualifiers out of the 18, 19, 21 car field. And Tyler Justice will put it on pole. .22 car field, excuse me. But shout out to Scott Kelly for sponsoring tonight's race, the Semper Fi 200, in honor of the United States Marine Corps. And just want to give a quick shout out to anyone that has served, not only in the Marine Corps, but all across the armed forces, as we are approaching Memorial Day weekend. And we definitely want to thank those who have sacrificed the ultimate price to maintain our freedoms. And we'll see a couple of patriotic paint schemes here tonight, I believe. So I know it's a very emotional time for some people, but just want to, from us up here in the booth, thank those that lay down their lives in favor of freedom. 200 laps here at Bristol. It'll go by pretty quick, all things considered. We only got the one guaranteed caution.
A little fun in chat, Jonathan Mazzella says, a Marine has to win. And I only know of one, I'm fairly certain. At least in the race.
I know Joseph McGill is running a Marine-themed paint scheme. I know Scott Kelly, he raced last season, hasn't made an appearance here yet this season, but he did sponsor the race. We'll see what Joseph McGill could do starting inside the top 10. Josh Mueller just before this said in chat, lost wheel input, probably going to have to start a few laps down. But he did grid up, though, so it looks like Zach Scare, Joseph Murata have not yet gridded. So it might be a 19-car field. And that appears to be the case.
I'll see Casey Brown, Scare, yeah, Murata. Probably don't want to get involved early on. Think this could be a wreckfest. It could be. Potentially 19 to 22 cars.
We'll see how it goes. Tyler Justice broke through at Dover a couple of weeks ago. Glenn Murphy Jr. 4 top 5s in the first 5 races. Trying to finally break through. Randy Arms, a 2-time winner this season, starts back in the 15th position. Jared Lindsay won at Kansas in a wild one, starts 16th. Kind of got a little mixed up grid here and there. We'll see how it ends up tonight after 200 laps. Only one guaranteed caution at the stage break lap 50. Should be able to go right up to it. And Mazzella is leaving
a lot of room.
Huge gap.
And I think lights are out.
Here we go. For the start here, pace car makes that hard left-hand turn down Baking. We're ready to go green here in the Semper Fi 200. Tyler Justice gets us underway here at Bristol. Shortest way around the racetrack should prevail through 2, and it does. Already a potential battle here for the second position. Side by side, a little bit behind them with Scarbo, Blevins, Goodwin, Quisenberry.
Caution out.
Already, and at the back, Randy Arms, no rear bumper, into the barrels on pit entry. Wyatt Garrett towing to pit road. Let's take a look at what happened as they came off of turn 4 for the very first time. Looks like the 27 of Eric Shields, Kyler Freese, Lindsay. So a multi-car incident. Looks like the 27 gets a little bit of help here. Jared Lindsay not able to check up in time. But yeah, I think Freese just kind of gets into Eric Shields here. I don't think it's a definite. Gets in the back.
Yeah, he definitely gets in there.
Appropriately named Rex Racing for that 27 machine. But yeah, nothing Randy could have done. Lindsay gets into the back there.
We have to go look at what Wyatt Garrett did.
All right, but here we'll go on board with Lindsay. Just kind of misread it just a little bit. Into the back of Randy Arms. Adam Kilday. He's actually alright. And Wyatt Garrett, I think, in a separate incident? Just carried too much speed. Oh, and Josh Mueller. Nowhere to go for him either, so 2 separate incidents in turn number 4. And he toes, but yeah, that was a topsy-turvy start to this race.
And it's just the fact that he did it all by himself.
We saw that a couple times here last season, to be fair. Oh, so it is 22. So we keep going back. The overlay keeps going back to 22, 21. And I believe that's because Casey Brown registers but had not even joined the session. But I believe he is.
Yeah, those bottom 3 I have
with the family.
I've got nothing from the bottom 3.
But Mueller's going to have to go ahead and hurry up. Your lights are out on top of the pace car. 26 machine. He's probably still fiddling with his wheel connection, but we'll see. Back underway here, Tyler Justice, big jump. 2.5 car lengths clear before they even get to turn number 1. Big mover is Adam Kilday, plus 5 in the 85 machine. And Kyler Freese, a little tentative there. Said, hey, I just ran over somebody. Look at Jared Lindsay trying to make up for it. That 27, probably not too pleased, so we'll stay right with this. But the best revenge is getting past him on track, and that's exactly what the 27 of Eric Shields does. And things will probably cool off for now.
Might cool off till we see Randy and Jared Lindsay making their way through this field. Not typically, you know, outside of the top 10 here in LSRL.
Very rare for sure. Closest battle will be Quisenberry and Scarbo, as Quisenberry's trying to get that momentum off the top side. Looks like he should be clear. Scarbo fighting hard on that bottom. Pace and Lindsay trying to come right around with him on the outside. That 59 getting pinched down. Has no momentum. He'll lose 2 spots there. Shorts, another one stuck on the bottom. Mazzella going around the outside. Corey Blevins trying to go around the outside. Quisenberry trying to stick his nose in there. He'll do so. With a clean pass around the outside. Hoping to complete it. Out of turn number 2. 99's coming right with him. So bottom lane not at all dialed in yet whatsoever. Here comes Scarbo on the outside potentially. And then James Goodwin right with them.
This could also potentially be tire saving from that 58.
A slight possibility. But track position and short track very hard to come by.
We're going to have a battle for the lead here. Glenn Murphy closing in real strong on Tyler Justice.
And it is Glenn Murphy Jr. that had that outside. And that 6 will come up to cover now. That 48's all over the back bumper, taking away the clean air that 48 was enjoying. As Casey Brown has joined the race in progress, multiple laps down, but he does get ahead of Wyatt Garrett. He picks up 1 spot for free already. He only had to complete 1 lap to do it. No offense, Wyatt. But the top 2 have pulled a second on Mazzella. Further back, Jared Lindsay's continuing his climb. Randy, very loose! Damage to the back of that 8 machine. Lives to fight another day.
How they're still alive, I don't know, but
Lindsay almost,
they're trucking.
They are digging. We get a little loose on the bottom. Lindsay will go through. Kilday trying to get there. Eric Shields back to pit road. Not sure what happened there. But a green flag pit stop unscheduled will kill you here. As Lindsay going around the outside. We got a beautiful static cam view here. All cars on track and even in a couple in pit road. traffic already being a factor.
That's him catching Casey Brown coming out, but yeah.
Closest battle now. Scarabo on Payson Lindsay. About car length and car length and a half. Same thing for Ryan Tiller and Schwartz. Back here. Battle for 9th. And Tiller just trying to wrap the outside, get some momentum in his favor, and sail around the outside of that 58 machine. Biggest mover so far is Jared Lindsay plus 4 positions. So he's up to 12. He's looking like he's a little loose there, but as I say that 59 has caught the 99, but with that brings the 11, 58, and 23 right into this battle. It is 5 cars under a blanket on board here with Ryan Tiller. It's like Maximum or Gravedigger inside the car here. I was thinking of Goodwin's car. I saw the orange. Completely lost my mind there for a second. It looks like Gravedigger from inside the cockpit here for Tiller.
A neon green roll cage is definitely a choice there.
Personal touch of his, I imagine. That 99 really not able to roll the top, so that's actually bringing a challenge in on the bottom. Scarabo will get clear here. Should be able to roll up in front. Yeah, that 99's
We're going to be 3 wide.
Goodwin has to back out. Here comes Cade Ferguson on the scene. So making a 6-car battle. Yeah, that 99 just looks really tight. Mid-corner. Oh, Goodwin was trying to dive down and pick up the spot. And we're still 3 wide. 99 backs out of it.
And 99 realizing that car is not handling like he wants it.
Just looks really, really tight mid-corner and can't roll center off and having to lift, and that invites a whole lot of problems. Corey Blevins has caught Mazzello here for the 3rd position. Taking a peek here as we are already halfway through our one and only stage. As Tyler just has held off Glenn Murphy Jr. Now he's out in front by 2.2 seconds. He's already lapped up to 16th. We're still focusing on this battle here just inside of the top 10, and then Payson Lindsay all the way back down to 13th. So that car doesn't look like it has a whole lot of damage, but it just refuses to turn for him. Get out of the throttle lift. Losing a lot of time and a lot of positions. But he's running up by the wall, so should that car really not turn, he doesn't have to go as far to hit the wall. It should minimize the damage a little bit. Into the wall there, McGill trying to pick up a spot here. Bring Eric Shields with him. Shields had to make a green flag pit stop though, so not for position. And that 69 does clear quickly. Here comes Blevins flying around the top of Mazzella. 1.2 seconds to Glenn Murphy Jr.
I've still been watching this battle. Goodwin finally able to get around the 59 to Tony Scarabo. Cade Ferguson now going to look to see if he can make his way around.
Randy blinking a little bit, but trying to close in as well. Ferguson does get to the outside of Scarabo. And the outside looking very powerful right now for most of these drivers. Jared Lindsay able to stick his nose in there.
A little loose out of that car.
Just playing with the loud pedal a little bit, let it hang out a little bit. That right rear sliding a little bit on corner exit. Now Phil Day, the next driver to catch Payson Lindsay. And it's just, it looks so uncomfortable center off. He's got no momentum out of corners. And with the straightaways as short as they are, you need whatever momentum you can get. And that sums up the picture right there. That 85 was able to roll the bottom and get around that 99. So he'll be looking for that first stage caution, but about to go a lap down. He would be the first car 1 lap down, but there's Kilday right in front of this as well. Really hoping the last 10 laps click off before Kilday gets lapped, because he is now 1 lap down and by 4 car lengths ahead. He loses that lucky dog spot.
I think we're going to see lap traffic actually start playing a bigger role here as Justice is getting to some heavier stuff.
Yeah, I think Kilday will most likely go a lap down here in the next 10, and it might be right here, 3 wide. Justice playing it very safe. But he is getting boxed in pretty bad. Kilday goes 1 lap down. Payson Lindsay now coming in. Doesn't have a whole lot to lose at this point. Car is fighting him all the way. Casey Brown doesn't want to go another lap down if he can help it. He started late, but would like to stay in front of the leader if he can. Joseph McGill should be safe, barring an incident. You go on board with your race leader. With lap traffic always a factor. As Casey Brown got a little bobble off the corner exit. Go another lap down, and Justice had to lift just a little bit. And now he's got a free run at Joseph McGill here in the final 6 laps, but don't know if he'll get there. Let's go rear chase about, a little bit over half a straightaway.
He's gaining about 3/10 a lap.
I would say last lap for McGill of 15.4 to a 15.11 for your race leader. And even if that was the case, if he does get lapped, he's in a very good position for the lucky dog, because Skirbo's even further ahead.
What did you say their times are?
That was his best time ever. Yeah, last lap was a 16.1, not a 15.1.
That's a 16.6 to a 16.1.
Half a second, so he is running him down. He is there way quicker than I thought he would be. And maybe even Scarbo's not safe here, but Joseph McGill's really hoping he will be. Because we are coming to lap 50 here. And you want to be on the lead lap if you can. So if you're McGill, just fight this for a lap, and then maybe it saves Tony Scarbo and indirectly yourself.
He's going to be up under him.
Side by side, he will go a lap down with 2 laps to go on the stage, and really at this point, I think
he has to hope that he doesn't get Scarbo.
Scarbo up the road is Randy 2.5 seconds. So here we go, coming to the last lap in the stage, and this will be important for the lucky dog battle. He's got to clear Josh Mueller, and he is gonna be there as he takes the white flag for the stage. And it's not even going to be close here. Scarbo says, all right, fine, you take it. I'm guaranteed to be the lucky dog now, and that's unfortunate for Joseph McGill, who I thought would have been safe. Tyler Justice wins the stage.
Well, depending on when caution comes out, look at this charge by McGill. He's trying to get there.
Oh, man. Caution is out. McGill realized what was going on there, and now he's the first car 1 lap down. Jared Lindsay gets the last stage point. That was a ferocious pace from Justice there at the end there. Putting a couple guys a lap down and minimizing his competition. But while we get everyone caught back up, we'll get a couple of quick words in from the incredible sponsors of the Sweet Greek Grill Xfinity Series.
Many will hear the calling. Few will earn the title. United States Marine. The few, the proud, the Marines.
But a big shout out to Wilder Graphics, Butt Kicker, Sim Racer Hub, Sweet Creek Grill, Scott Kelly, and the United States Marine Corps, and all of our armed forces. So,
What is pit lane?
Tyler Justice had some sort of issue. He is now 9th. They did a full pit road configuration, I believe. And that has messed some stuff up. I also realized Joseph McGill got into the back of Tony Scarbo right there, right before the caution came out, gave them both 0Xs. They did not get the lucky dog. Adam Kildare did. So a completely topsy-turvy turn of events here, with under 150 laps left to go, and Jonathan Schwartz will end up your race leader.
Even Glenn Murphy Jr. is back in 8th. Something happened. Like, these drivers, I don't know.
Glenn Murphy Jr. driving mad, 3 wide. It was almost 4 wide. And Tyler Justice says, all right, I got to go. Corey Blevins looking to lead here, and he will, bringing Landon Quisenberry around the outside. And if you're Tony Scarbo, you were really hoping that Joseph McGill did not touch you there. Because that 0X, that slight bump, keeps you trapped a lap down. And a gift for Adam Kildare getting to jump a couple of guys.
Oh, Justice into the back of McGill. McGill's going around, and that's caution.
And he was the lucky dog. Casey Brown, Eric Shields involved. That should be Kyler Friesch. Or no, Josh Bueller getting that lucky dog. But, you called it right before I saw it. McGill fighting for the lucky dog, and Justice just gets up into him. Casey Brown, Eric Shields, nothing they could have done. Shouldn't be a whole lot of damage to McGill, but he's going to be upset because he just lost the lucky dog. Actually, that's Tony Scarbo getting the lucky dog, I believe, not Josh Mueller. He was not involved.
I wish there was a way to see the configuration, because I went and talked to Tyler Justice, and he says he thought it was all the way around on cautions and your side on green. But he apparently not.
Bristol, I don't ever know. So yeah, I mean, it looks like Tyler Justice maybe just thinks he's gonna have exactly a car length to slide up underneath him, but he does catch him in the left rear. Casey Brown gives him a nice conk. Eric Shields, and beating up the sponsored car here tonight. That's a good move. But what this will do is it gives Tony Scarbo the lucky dog. It'll reset the running order. We'll actually put the lap cars to the back now because we shouldn't have a lot of guys pitting. So it should kind of fix everything somewhat. Corey Blevins, your race leader. 1 top 10 so far this season. Scarbo now back on the lead lap. We'll be at the tail end of the longest line, but that's a-okay for him. Randy Arms will be... We got 13 cars on the lead lap. He's heavily damaged. Mueller would be the next candidate in line for Lucky Dog. And he's just trying to mitigate his wheel problems the best he can. He's only 2 laps down, so not too far out of this yet. I'd say it's been a typical Bristol race through the first 63 for sure.
I completely agree with that. It's very hard to have a non-typical Bristol race unless it went entirely green.
And we had 2 cautions, both of them pretty much the result of the guy behind another driver just getting in there a little too deep, and using the chrome horn and getting the guy ahead of them in the left rear and spitting him out. The lights are now off on top of the pace car. It'll be lap 65, the restart, 13 on the lead lap. Wyatt Garrett out of the race, pacing Lindsay on pit road for the last 9 minutes. We're back underway. Rick Shields also on pit road after that last caution, significant damage. The rest still running. Here we go with Ryan Tiller. Just threw wide for a moment. Tyler Justice, you know he wants to get back up there, and he's going to force the issue any way that he can.
He's going to force Tiller up at 85. I thought the 85 was going to go around the outside.
85 was also trying the crossover there. Kilday getting new life with that lucky dog, and right up here in the mix. Tyler Justice, rather, though, was far and away the best car in that first stage. Ended up winning it by like 3-something seconds. I don't think he'll have a tough time cutting up through traffic. But while he does that, let's crank it up for the first time tonight here live on YJ Media. Crank it up segment. Quisenberry a little loose there. That could be the battle for second done right there, and it is as Mazzella through to second. And how about Cade Ferguson up 10 spots, hanging on to a nice solid position here in fourth.
He's got, Lynn Murphy, Tyler Justice now in his mirror, so it's going to be a little harder to hang on to that position.
And we'll see what Tyler Justice does here in traffic. Lynn Murphy Jr. blocking just a little bit. Six machine wants to get to the high side, blow right on by that 48. Corey Blevins continues to lead here by 0.6 of a second over Mazzella. Jared Lindsay has now up to 7. Randy obviously having issues of his own tonight, hasn't climbed up like he thought he would, but he is trying to crack the top 10 with damage. Tiller around the outside of Goodwin should complete the pass here. And he does into turn number 3. Cade Ferguson has fallen into the clutches of Glenn Murphy Jr. and Tyler Justice, but he has also caught Landon Quisenberry, so we're about to have a 4-car race right here. 28 trying to get that momentum going up a little bit higher than that 75. 48 just trying to get some clean air on the nose if he can. Tyler Justice right in his tire tracks.
You're going to have to wonder where the 48 and 6 will go. That bottom line's not been super green
They
so
are
far.
making it work, though. They're driving it in real deep. But it'll be hard to get clear. It helps out a little bit when the car on your outside gets a little tight. But here
There's going to be a lap traffic.
Lap traffic. 3 wide. 4 wide for about half a second there.
Oh, Tyler Justin.
You do not see that hardly ever. Yeah, that just shows you how good the 48 and the 6 are, that they're able to power up on the bottom. 28's fighting back, though.
I was going to say, they're
28's
powering up,
fighting
but...
28 says, all right, I got a little something here. Not going down without a fight.
If he's making moves like that, he comes down, blocks their run off, make them stay low.
Glenn Murphy Jr. has not gotten clear yet. He should... Oh, now 28, he's finding a little bit of speed here.
Look, 6 finally going up there. He might start pushing him around the track.
He might force him 3 wide in a minute here if they don't have it. Yeah, look at that. 48 got tied up on the bottom. That 28's doing a masterful job of holding his position. That 48 will have to try again.
I'm sorry, Cade Ferguson. I
didn't
was not familiar with your game, brother. I said you were going to potentially lose that spot. You had challenge coming. Nuh-uh. That's your spot.
Yeah, 13 laps to halfway, and he is holding strong in the top 5. Landon Quisenberry doing the exact same thing. You just need a little bit of track position. And all the while, Corey Blevins just saying, keep it up, guys. Keep fighting. Keep battling hard. And I will just slowly start to scoot away with this thing, hopefully.
Tyler Justice now looking around the outside and Glenn Murphy Jr. there.
So, yeah, I think the 6 will definitely have the spot now. That 48 tried so hard to get past the 28 on the bottom and then loses a spot. And now we'll see how the 6 fares. He's been the quickest car tonight. Cade Ferguson defending his spot with his life.
Maybe that car was a little loose there. 48's going on the high side. He's going to work his way back around the street.
It's right there. He's right there. Yeah, this 28 is just, it's saying, I'm not for you or against you. I'm just doing me. Y'all figure it out. And if you're Corey Blevins, look at that. That 6 got real tight. And he's not going to be able to cut off that 48. Corey Blevins is now 3.5 seconds ahead of these guys. So what tires will they have left should they clear? You almost wonder if the 6 or the 48. Oh, man. I was going to say, you might wonder if they're just so semi-inclined to use the bumper here. And now the 6 is up in the tire tracks, and the 28 makes a mistake.
Well, little contact.
That 6 is going to try the slide job, try and slide up in front, and he is clear. It took one little bobble from the 28, and he could lose 2 spots. But he's still fighting Glenn Murphy Jr. for it, but has a little bit of damage on the right side, obviously. And now that 48 will just slide up in front of him. I was really hoping he would keep that up because Jared Lindsay has just arrived on the scene.
Word from Payson Lindsay at the start of the race. He said, he might have to leave for a couple laps in the middle of the race. Update in chat, he did that. Forgot to turn the car off in pit road, and it blew up.
The motor blew, yeah. So that was an interesting thing there for a couple of reasons. The 6 was trying so hard on the bottom, getting no momentum, but he pulled up right behind that 28 machine, and you just saw a whole car full of Tyler Justice and just put it in the wall, pushing a little bit too hard. Didn't even have to use the bumper.
I heard someone get in the wall.
But Quisenberry obviously will have learned a couple of things from watching that unfold in his rearview mirror. Just saying, hey, if I can hold the top and roll center off, I might be okay. But that 6 just kind of said, all right, to heck with that. I'm trying to get back to the lead here. You just saw him throttle it up and said, all right, Quisenberry, if you want to be there, you'll wreck us both.
I'm honestly surprised that Quisenberry didn't, give him a little piece of his mind there.
48 just did the same thing. Just throttled up and said, all right, I hope it sticks. I don't know if it will, but We have to get clear if we want any shot at winning this race. 3.8 seconds back as we're halfway. And all this while, Corey Blevins is going to be able to save a little bit of tires should Tyler Justice continue to close in.
I hope they've been saving. Tyler Justice has been the fastest car of them.
Yeah, so now that he's got a little bit of clean air and not battling as much, you would expect him to maybe close in on this 24. And maybe this 41, he's a set 1.8 behind the 41. Let's go on board with him. And that is... You just wonder how much he burned up with Cade Ferguson and Quisenberry there, though. Is he able to close in? What does Corey Blevins have? We're in the second half of this race already. We're in the final fuel window, so you just make a pit stop and say, all right, I'll get the fresh tires on, and here we go. And that's exactly what Ryan Tiller's doing. Hitting it halfway, and he's just going to get the stop done. He doesn't have to worry about it anymore.
We're so long into this run, it's going to be constant traffic for these drivers.
Yeah, lap traffic, guys, will be 2 laps down racing each other on the same lap. There's going to be traffic all over the place. But interestingly,
right now we've got
Tyler Justice is closing in on Mazzella, but losing time to Corey Blevins. Mazzella will have a big part to play in the way the rest of this race plays out. But he has caught lap traffic in a terrible spot. He's stuck on the bottom as Kilday is running his preferred line. Does not have to get out of the way of the lead cars. But that's probably why Tyler Justice has gained in so much. But he caught Mazzella like it was nothing, but lost a couple of tenths still to Corey Blevins. Mueller is in, so Tiller will now be one of the quickest cars on the racetrack. We'll see how much time he makes up. And now you see Mazzella going to the top, trying to play defense. The laps will just tick down 15, 16 seconds at a time here in the second half of this race. A little bobble there from the 41. You see the 6, he'll just power it up and hope to get clear. All this side by side. Oh, trouble! Nearly.
Oh, boy.
You don't see drivers get away with that here often. It's usually you're into the inside wall and you're done for. Now that 6 little loose has been absolutely annihilating his tires, and he'll finally get clear for second. 4.8 seconds behind your race leader. Goodwin is in. Joseph McGill is in. And can Corey Blevins hold on in the final 90 laps?
We're going to have Ryan Tiller trying to force his way through on fresh tires. It's going to, add a new factor. Lap cars now coming back around
on their own strategy. And Tiller, he's on his own strategy. So he's like, hey, I'm gonna race. Like I gotta do my strategy. I can't get held up because you guys are second and third. I have to race. That's the only way his strategy works. But I mean, look at the difference that tires makes. It's not even, he doesn't hold anybody up because he's that much quicker than them. 15.7 to a 16.3, and here's the battle for second again. And Corey Blevins would just love to see them start going at it. I don't believe, and I believe this is our 3rd season doing this, that we have seen a Corey Blevins win.
We've seen a Corey Blevins roll.
Our very first race, he flipped through the infield at Daytona, and they are battling for second now. And Murphy Jr. right around the outside, 4.7 seconds back to Corey Blevins. And when do your race leaders decide to quit? I mean, the fall off is tremendous. The best lap for Corey Blevins this race is a 14.98. His last lap was a 16.47. So that is a second and a half of fall off. And if I'm Corey Blevins, I'm thinking that I might just come in because they are now starting to catch you. It's gone from 4.7 to 4.2 since Glenn Murphy Jr. has gotten clear.
Glenn Murphy Jr. He's hunting at this point.
He is 0.2 faster a lap now.
He's gaining.
And he's already inside of 3 seconds. If you're Corey Blevins, bolt on some tires and try and build that lead back up. As Lindsay's continuing the march. Another 10th.5 quicker there. And Glenn Murphy Jr. really did not have to fight as hard as Tyler Justice did. He was just kind of in the background watching Justice do all the work, and then he kind of just took advantage there. And Mazzella's in. First of your leading contenders. And I'm telling you, if I'm Corey Blevins, I'm really thinking about this. You've done essentially 70 laps on tires from 50 to 120. You do 80 to the end. I would seriously consider it. Now that Jerry Lindsay's in, I would definitely be coming in.
I think I'd want to get a little closer to 70. I would stretch it. I want fresh tires for as long as possible.
Let's see, though. I mean, you do have lap traffic ahead of you, but let's see what Glenn Murphy Jr. and Tyler Justice do, because that is how they're going to get back into this race, is by pitting before the race leader and trying to undercut him. But this will throw another wrench into things. Mazzella on fresh tires going to drive back around these guys. Lap traffic all over the road. And that has kind of stunted the progress a little bit. Back up to 3.8. And Corey Blevins, it has to be said, is driving the race of his life so far, at least in the LSRL side of things. He got the track position. I know the dual pit road's a little bit goofy, but he got the track position, and he has not looked back since lap 50. It's 3.5 seconds now. Back to 3.7, so it's an ebb and flow. And here comes Glenn Murphy Jr. Corey Blevins, he timed it perfectly. He really did. Now it's, can you get on and off of pit road? Can your crew give you a good stop? And can you bring home the final 75 laps of this race?
Justice is in 1 lap later.
So that's pretty much a moot point here with how short the lap is.
There goes Blevins.
There goes Glenn Murphy Jr. How quickly can you get back up to speed? And Glenn Murphy Jr., it must be said, has completely closed in now. He was 2 seconds quicker on pit road. I mean, that has completely changed the complexion. Corey Blevins just being cautious from the lead, don't want to throw it all away. And,
caution!
2 seconds. Joseph McGill, hold everything! And I was just getting ready to say anyways, you see Corey Blevins, Glenn Murphy Jr., Tyler Justice, guess what just happened? They are all laps down. The top 6 have stayed out.
Not stayed out. Ryan Tiller got his lap back after pitting.
So Ryan Tiller and James Goodwin are are sitting in a brilliant position. Because guess who's not going to get the wave around when these two don't pit?
7th to 12th.
7th gets the lucky dog. Lindsay, Blevins, Glenn Murphy Jr., Tyler Justice, Randy Arms, all trapped.
Oh my!
And here we go. Here's Ryan Tiller and James Goodwin not coming in. Only Mazzella's going to get his lap back here. That's it. That is it. And, all right, so let's check out why that happened, by the way. We kind of got caught up in the moment there. Here's Joseph McGill, the 69 machine. And that thing just snaps on him coming out of 4. And back up into traffic, the motor's blown. He does tow, but it was too late. And there are...
What?
Is it 7? Yeah, 7. So
It'll
I guess
be 7 cars on the lead
okay,
lap.
so Scarabo, Schwartz, Quisenberry, Ferguson, Mazzella. And if you're Mazzella, absolutely come in. Take the freshest tires out of anybody. You're back on the lead lap. So Ryan Tiller will
Wait, hold up. No, they might... Unless they drop these cars back.
Yeah, because they're ahead of Tiller. So never mind. I guess just with the way it works out.
Weird.
How did that happen?
How did that happen?
I'm just curious. Let's go all the way back to when it was. So I guess they were ahead of them on the racetrack, and then when the top two came in, it didn't really matter. I think they were in between the two that had pitted. I guess.
So, but if they were on the lead lap, and the other ones were a lap down.
Yeah, how did that just happen? Kind of have a loss for words there. So the yellow is out. And Ryan Tiller at this point was 5th. Tyler Justice, he was ahead of him, that's why. He was actually just naturally ahead of him. He was going to be ahead of the net leader, so on the top two that had not pitted yet had to pit. They got waved around them. That's what happened.
It's still weird.
I agree.
Because, I mean, they should stay a lap down. Like, the caution comes out, points are frozen. Like, Ryan Tiller should have been the next one behind the pace car. Or, well,
because it was Quisenberry and Cade Ferguson. They come into pit. Tyler Justice is ahead of Ryan Tiller. So that's exactly what happens. It was just they were behind the two guys that needed to pit and ahead of everybody else. So very anticlimactic there. Never mind.
It's weird and dumb, and I don't like it.
But here we go. Back underway. 65 laps to go. And it is all to play for yet again. Tiller on older tires. Here comes James Goodwin, Schwartz, Ferguson. James Goodwin to the lead. And Cade Ferguson, we saw how well he was able to drive. He's got the freshest tires, so can he get track position here and just play the ultimate defense? Will we have another caution and everything doesn't matter anyways? But here we go. Quisenberry on fresh tires. Tyler Justice is going to have it all to do. Corey Blevins is wondering, what did I do that it all went wrong? And here we go. Battle for the race lead. That 28 machine, if he can get some clean air and separate, along with that 75, he needs cars behind him. For some of these guys bottled up in traffic.
We're 3 wide. Blevins, Tyler Justice.
Oh, trouble!
We're going to turn to the outside wall.
Caution is out. We'll reset it again. That's not what you wanted to see if you were Ferguson, Quisenberry. You were just hoping those guys were going to get bottled up in traffic now that we start 8th, then you're just getting closer and closer and closer to the front. But that was a pretty obvious wreck. We'll just back it up. Corey Blevins, desperate to make his way back up through the field, knows that Tyler Justice is on equal footing with him. Just misjudges it ever so slightly. Coming off the fort. And it's just, the margins are so close. And interestingly enough, the top 4 have stayed out. Everybody else is in for tires, even though that was pretty much nothing there.
I mean, they are given 5 sets, so one on the car.
4 in the pits, yeah, so that'll be the 3rd stop for a lot of these guys, so 1 more set remaining. Ferguson should have 2 more. Quisenberry should have 2 more. Justice has 2 more, so it gives these guys a little bit more flexibility, because if a caution comes out in another 20 laps, obviously the guys with 1 more set are coming in, but then caution comes out with 10 to go, you bolt on a set, and you're a second and a half quicker. And those guys that just pitted now won't have any. So this race has completely flipped on its head here in the last 20 laps. We're under an hour in, and we have under 60 to go, which is pretty incredible. Third caution of the night, one of them being a stage caution. We had a caution on lap 1, lap 50, the stage break, and the most recent one. Actually, that's the fourth caution, because we had the caution that, yeah, we had the Joseph McGill wreck. My apologies. Don't think I forgot you. So fourth caution, 3 of them actual wrecks, and 1 stage break.
Pretty light for a Bristol race.
Yeah. And we'll just see here as Adam Kildare gets one of his laps back. He is now only 1 lap down. And with the way this race has been going, I wouldn't count out one more here, because it is all topsy-turvy. A lot of guys mixed up, pitch strategy, kind of, you know, off sequence with track position a little bit. So we'll see how the end of this race shakes out. Lights are off on top of the pace car. And it will be 56 laps to go. Cade Ferguson, Landon Quisenberry, your front row, and a great jump by that 28. And we'll see what Jared Lindsay can do here. He was the man, along with Shorts, that just pitted on lap 140, so about 10 laps fresher tires.
Might see 3 wide. They're looking
Lindsay
for
wanted
it.
to get there. Lindsay's up to 5th.
You're gonna have 3 aggressive drivers coming. Gonna have Lindsay,
Adam
Glenn Murphy Jr.
Kildare
in
back into
11.
pit road. Not sure what happened there. Tyler Justice back to 3rd. Challenging for 2nd. Mazzella around. I see some smoke. That probably has something to do with why Kildare is on pit road. Cade Ferguson, you're just trying to run away here. And hope the guys behind him start battling. Ferguson is your biggest mover. And you're hoping Quisenberry, your teammate, can play some defense, but that has gone by the wayside. Must be noted, Tyler Justice pitted on lap 126. Cade Ferguson pitted on lap 130, so he's got a 4-lap tire advantage. Tyler Justice finally in some clean air. Finally back at the front of this field. Will he be able to chase him down? Don't discount Jared Lindsay pitting on lap 140. He's got fresher tires than anybody.
Oh, the 18 loose there. You see that back in step out?
Oh, steps out again. It steps out again and again. Still loose, wrecking loose. The entire back straightaway down to 9th. So now that leaves Glenn Murphy Jr. as the man leading the charge on lap 140. We thought it'd be him versus Blevins to the end, but that is certainly not the case now. And round 2 of Ferguson versus Justice. We know Ferguson's going to stick to that high side.
That's his moneymaker. He was able to stick up there for a good 10, 15 laps.
Inside of 50 to go, but you're going to have to stick up there for 47 more. And if you're Jonathan Mazzella, you're just hoping these top 2 fight so hard and you fly on by. Justice committed to the bottom. He's even with them. We know that vintage move he'll pull is just gas it up, slide up in front of that 28 if he can. That's a risky game to play this late in the race, where that 28's obviously going to be on the throttle as early as he possibly can be. No pressure from behind Mazzella. It's a 3-car breakaway. And Mazzella is joining this party. Three cars separated by 0.3 of a second. And if Justice is not careful, they'll be side by side for second here if Mazzella gets a good enough run down the back straightaway. .41's closing in, closing in, closing in. You can see he's going to stick right behind him. That 6 knew he had to defend the top. He suckered the 41 in. 41 gets a piece of the wall.
Yeah, that 6 going down there, losing a lot of momentum, trying to make a move on the bottom. I'm not sure if he's necessarily trying to make a move or saving tires, but it's definitely bringing that 41 right up to the back of him.
28 has been resolute in defense. 40 to go here soon. I think he got a piece of the wall there again. So he is on razor's edge. Here comes Corey Blevins, by the way, on fresh tires. He's dispatched Glenn Murphy Jr. Corey Blevins will be a factor at the end of this race, 0.7 of a second off, especially when these top two start to battle. That brings Mazzella back into it. That brings Corey Blevins right up into it as well.
And Glenn Murphy just got around Quisenberry, so he's going to also have a word.
And Corey Blevins is right there. And there goes the 6. He's not able to clear just yet. That 28 going to be begging to get back to his outside. He's not able to. You don't want to give Tyler Justice clean air.
Going to have clean air and blockers for him.
Yeah, but Corey Blevins was very quick on that last run. And he's got fresher tires than all these guys. Can he get around traffic quickly enough to challenge Tyler Justice? Blevins going to have to make this move very quick. He dispatches Mazzella, but Ferguson obviously going to stick to that high line. He's able to throttle up before, so Blevins going to have to find a way around. Mazzella not going anywhere. And Mazzella pressuring that 24. He's having to play defense as well. So just lost to 10th. On Justice, Glenn Murphy Jr. is right back into it. A great run corner exit, though. Corey Blevins are just like, I gotta somehow find a way around Cade Ferguson.
I mean, you've got to
Tyler Justice is scooting away. Now it's 0.7 of a second.
The nastiest slide job we've ever seen, or just kind of put him in the wall.
And if you're Corey Blevins, you wonder how the heck. And it's going to be trouble. There goes Blevins. He's not able to get it done. Jared Lindsay kills the 41. The 23's collected.
That's just unfortunate.
And that's Heartbreak City for both Blevins. Chiller with a blown engine. Didn't do anything wrong there. Mazzella. And that's just a lot of guys racing for the win there right at the end of this sucker. They're going to come down, bolt on. It'll be their second to last or last set of tires with 30 to go, and it's going to be a straight-up shootout here. And in that case, I give the advantage to Tyler Justice. Everyone's on equal footing now. He's back out in front with the track position. And he just... Oh, it's netcode that starts it. Coming off of 2, he's naturally rising up, and right there he gets turned, and he's not even on the door of the 41. But if you're Corey Blevins in that situation, you had to clear Cade Ferguson. Ferguson just sticking to the top, trying to hold second. And that brought Mazzella back into it and just created a whole lot of traffic. Jared Lindsay, nowhere for him to go. That car's destroyed. Right.
I'm gonna preface what I'm about to say by saying I picked Tyler Justice, but we never made picks to win.
That's true. Give me Glenn Murphy Jr.
It's like, yeah, it was 1 and 2.
I mean, it's 30 to go at short run speed, and we know both those guys were pretty close on short run speed, so.
I would have picked Tyler Justice anyways. I'm pretty sure I've picked him in every race that he's been in.
lights should go off on the pace car next time by.
I have faith.
Let's see. Who gets the restart that gets them out in front? Lights are off on top of the pace car. It'll be 29 laps to go. 8 cars on the lead lap.
Blevins, he's right there. He wants his lap back, too.
Yeah, he does. But here we go. We might not be done wrecking some cars here, but we'll see. Pace car's off. You know Justice is going to jump early, try and get clear to turn number 1. That's exactly what he'll do. And he is gone. And Glenn Murphy Jr. and Randy Arms. Look at him here late up into 3rd. Cade Ferguson, unfortunately, not on the outside line this time.
Feeling the effect of what he was doing there.
Spots. Here comes James Goodwin here late trying to crack the top 5. But Justice is, I mean, he's gone. Half a second. Glenn Murphy Jr. going to have to try hardest to even get back up to him here in the final 26 laps, 27 laps. And 2nd down to 8th will be battling side by side for position. Look at Cade Ferguson. As quick as he's been, just being stuck on the bottom got him instantly demoted to 7th. Gap stable at half a second out in front. Schwartz and Randy going at it. They've had so many classic battles. 26 laps to go. We'll be done here very shortly. And on board with Glenn Murphy Jr. Still stuck at half a second.
Randy has damage.
And he ran quicker than both the leaders. Damage might be helping this 8 machine. Glenn Murphy Jr. now back to 0.6 of a second. And Tyler Justice took the
Randy went around almost.
That'll put him right down into 7th. Scareboat.
So I don't think that damage was helping.
It helped him temporarily on the short run. So Glenn Murphy Jr. being pressured all the way for 2nd. That's all Tyler Justice needs to see. He's finally got the clean air. Took him pretty much the entire race since lap 50. But inside of 30 to go, clean air. That's all he needed. Corey Blevins on a lap of his own. Same with Kilday. Same with Kyler Friesch. Casey Brown rebounds to 12th here after starting the race late. He just passed Mazzella and Tiller. Jared Lindsay out. Mazzella out. Tiller still trying to pick up 1 spot here late by passing Mazzella. And that might be it. But 15th and below, definitely out of the race. And we got a pass for 2nd here. And it's Schwartz flying up. Can he close in the final 20 laps? He's 0.6 of a second, so they closed just a little bit. He's a 10th quicker last lap than Tyler Justice was. Let's see here what he's got now that he's in 2nd.
Yeah, so I was shocked that Glenn Murphy let anyone around his outside. I would not be opening that door.
The gap is now back to half a second and into the wall just like that. So doesn't help the cause, but lap traffic, they should catch just a tiny bit of it before the checkered flag, and he still ran quicker despite getting into the wall. So here comes Jonathan Schwartz, gap down to 0.4 of a second. And is Tyler Justice just saving tires for the final 10-lap sprint to the finish? Who knows? Lap traffic, Kyler Friesch taking the high lane, and Schwartz deathly loose. Will give all of it back and then some, down to 0.8 of a second.
You're going to have Goodwin challenging here for a potential top 3. Wisenberry also, maybe?
They're all on the same tires, but these two are flying right here. Goodwin looking for his third top 10 and first top 5 of the season. He has definitely improved.
Ryan, I don't know if you know this, but
Ooh, lap traffic always playing a factor here at the end.
the season is on you. You are the driver of the car. You make the season what you want to make it.
58 being chased by the 48. They're a second behind and out of contention at the moment. In what has been a thrilling race at Bristol, and somehow, with all the twists and turns, Tyler Justice is going to win again. I know he's only won once, but he's been up front the majority of the season. Fourth place still to be decided. Second and third still have a question. Sixth, seventh, so pretty much first through, or second through seventh, kind of up in the air here, inside of 10 laps to go. Next time by. It is 9 laps to go this time by. Goodwin just barely hanging off, or holding off Quisenberry, but here comes Cade Ferguson and Randy. Skirbo, last car on the lead lap, just minding his own business. No pressure from behind. Heavily damaged, but on place for an 8th place finish.
Hey, top 10's a good day.
It absolutely is. And Cade Ferguson trying to get around the outside of Randy, who's still got that damage. Quisenberry not giving up. It is 8 laps to go. Coming to 7. Schwartz back under pressure. Tyler Justice laughing all the way to the bank. Tiller going to come out and take 13th once he gets to the end of pit road. He will pass Mazzella with that move. Doing an extra couple hundred feet gets him 13th. He will gain no more, though, but he has maximized his result. Then Murphy Jr. powering through on the bottom. And look at this mess behind Goodwin. Just Ferguson up in the fence. It might have helped his exit speed, though. Look at that. He's closing right up to the back of the 75. Randy, you see this tire tracks coming out of the back of that 8 machine, just deathly loose, aerodynamically challenged. And he's still fighting for everything he can get. 4 laps to go for Tyler Justice, who's just got to clear Corey Blevins, and these two could have been racing for the win 30 laps ago, but no more. 3 laps to go. Tiller just logging laps, why not? We'll get bonus points for being there at the finish. Randy with a power move to the inside of the 28, and he's clear up. Ferguson trying the crossover.
Don't think Ferguson liked that move at all.
They just need to get back around, but Ferguson does lose out 3/10 behind. Tyler Justice just needs to get through 3 and 4. And he'll do it. White flag, race is official. Glenn Murphy Jr. actually closing in here late, but it's going to be too little too late. Just clear the lap car, the 42. And through 3 and 4 for the final time, it's going to be Tyler Justice picking up his 2nd win of the season here tonight at Bristol in the Semper Fi 200. Randy pushing for everything he can get out of turn number 4. And he'll come up 6th. Goodwin holds off for 4th. Quisenberry stays 5th. What a race. Murphy Jr. 2nd, Schwartz 3rd, and Tyler Justice a 2-time winner to match Randy Arms this season.
My pick to win.
2 wins for Tyler Justice, 2 wins for Randy Arms, 1 for Mark Whitley, and 1 for Jared Lindsay through the first 6 races of this season. And he did it the hard way tonight. He had to earn this one. Go through the field twice. He'll blow the engine in celebration. That's he was yeah. He'll park it just past the start finish line, and well, he's already in waiting for an interview. He knows the drill. Let's go ahead and get him in here. Here with the race winner, Tyler Justice. A perfect night on pole and winning the race here, second win of the season. But the in between from pole to checkered flag was not anything but easy. Getting sent to the back twice, the pit strategy was just not falling your way, so you had to drive through the field 2 different times tonight and able to do it and pull away in the final 15 laps finally to get back to the lead and win this race.
Yeah, it was a journey for sure. I'm sure as you can tell, I'm a little bit sick too, so it wasn't a fun drive for me. I was sweating more than usual, but yeah, got the pole. Luckily, got those points, got the stage win, and then I just, for the life of me, can't can't catch a break on pit road. I went down the wrong side because under my impression, I thought that it was the full pit road under caution and your side under green, and obviously it's your side on both, and I guess you can change that depending on how the server's set up. But yeah, just got mired back there. After that, I know I got somebody right after the restart. I apologize if that was me. I'm not quite sure. I thought my nose was in there and he just kind of chopped me off a little bit, but if I wasn't, that's my fault. But luckily we were able to run our way back up through there, and then got caught by that pit strategy. The caution coming out during green flag stops and put us back again. Luckily, we uh, we stayed out one caution and got 3 or 4 spots. Was restarting fourth and was able to get to the lead fairly quick. And I think that helped us. That way we could control the race because dirty air was bad. I mean, it may not look like it a whole lot, but you can kind of drive away when you're out front, but when you're in traffic, it's hard to pass people, especially the people that are ripping the top, and some who I won't name were using the wall to turn their car. But overall, it was a good night. Glad to finally get another win. I feel like the last two kind of slipped away a little bit, so we could be talking about 4 in a row here. But nonetheless, glad to get another one, and we'll go at it again next week.
Absolutely, we had the Tyler Justice flu game. It sounds like, but yeah, the first run you won the stage too, obviously tonight, and then right after that's when everything kind of went topsy turvy. But you won the stage, dominant fashion. Looked like you were cruising to an easy win, and then like you said, that second half of the race, get set back in traffic. It was a lot harder to pass once you were back in traffic because I know you were bad fast, but getting put back in 10th, 11th, it was anything but easy. You had to work for it to fly back up through there.
Oh yeah, it was definitely hard to pass. And the bad thing about it is you want to be on the bottom, you want to be backing up your entry because you run the top like that, you're carrying so much speed up there, and with that banking, you're just roasting that right rear. So as you get deeper into the run, you start getting loose, and unfortunately, you got to kind of run up there to get runs on guys, or kind of slide up next to them in the center to get a good run back off to set yourself up to slide them in the next corner. So definitely a challenge, but I mean, it makes it exciting. Would have rather just kept the lead and controlled the race, but I'm glad the way it worked out. So it's all good.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again on your second win of the season, and we'll let you get any shout outs in if you have any.
Yeah, shout out to everybody at Legacy Esports, everybody at Reaper Speed Labs. Shout out to everybody in the league. Shout out to Glenn. He was right there with me the whole night. He was super fast, so good fun battling him. And thank you guys for broadcasting.
Absolutely appreciate the kind words, and we'll see you back here next week.
All right, we'll see you.
Here with your second place driver tonight, Glenn Murphy Jr. Same story as Tyler Justice. Finished where he started. And also, like Tyler Justice, it wasn't really straightforward. Started second, ran well in the first stage, and after that, everything was topsy-turvy. Pitch strategy was all over the place, and having to drive through the field a couple times, but pretty happy through all of that to end up second and pick up your 5th top 5 in 6 races.
Yeah, I was a little bit upset about tonight. I running the top to start that first run, I realized was a mistake, and then moved down to the bottom. That whole long run on that restart there, I really felt like if the race went green, we were gonna be in really good shape. We were checking out on Tyler a little bit and running Corey down really quickly. Yellow came out, trapped us, really hurt that, and then even Tyler stayed out there, had the old tires, and we were running those guys down again with 40 to go. I felt like we were in the best position. We were gonna just about to start past cars again, and I felt like we had the race covered. And then Yellow came out again, and you put him and I on, tire on tire there. It's going to be really hard to get by him. And then if I could have got by Schwartz, maybe 2 or 3 laps sooner, I maybe could have got to his bumper. But overall, yeah, usually don't bother me too much, but I feel like we were in the best position a couple times tonight. Just it didn't work out.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say, right after the halfway point, you finally cleared Tyler Justice. You had both worked your way back up through the field, making some really tough passes. Cade Ferguson was a tough nut to crack, and despite all that, how many laps you guys were trying to pass through traffic, like you said, you still started running down Corey Blevins. So it looked at that point like it was going to be a two-man show, and you had about 3.56 seconds to close in on those final 70-ish laps. So that would have been the 1-2 potentially. And you look at that point right past halfway, the quickest car on the racetrack.
Yeah, that's what was frustrating. As in we got in a lap sooner than Tyler, and full speed coming off too, as he was still just getting to the line to exit. I feel like we'd have been in a really good spot if it would have gone green. I wasn't necessarily too worried about. I mean, I guess my sights were kind of set on Tyler the whole race. I felt like just from practice, it was barring neither one of us getting wrecked, it was going to be between him and I. And it just the way it shook out there at the end, I just knew whoever got off pit road ahead with the tires with that little bit of laps left, it was going to be really hard for me to pass him. So, but he did his job tonight. He ran a great race, and him and I had some good battles. And I just this one stings a little bit because I feel like we very easily could have been flipped 1-2 there.
Absolutely. Well, not for lack of trying, and another great finish for you. Incredible consistency to kick off this opening third of the season, and I'll let you get any shout outs in if you have any.
Yeah, I got St. Jude Children's Hospital running on the car there. Give a big shout out to them. It's just in my personal life with my businesses. I like to donate as much money as I can to them. But shout out to you guys per usual, and congrats on the 6 for the win.
Absolutely. Well, thanks on. Appreciate the kind words, and we'll see you next week.
I appreciate it, buddy. I'll see you soon.
Here with your third place finisher tonight, Jonathan Schwartz. Just kind of an ever-present night for you in the top 5, top 10. Managing the pitch strategy as best you could, and you pick up your 4th top 5 in the first 6 races.
Yeah, another solid run. So the car was good. Tried a little bit different strategy with Skirbo at the beginning. We were going to try not to pit at all there, but then the caution flew. But it worked out, stayed in the top 5, and we kind of had about 3rd to 5th place speed, so it's good to come out on the top end of that for sure.
Absolutely. We were in second there for a little bit, trying to close. Got a little bit loose chasing after Justice, but you were in second in the closing stage. Just half a second off Justice there, I think, with like 8 to go or something. So left it absolutely everything on the racetrack there tonight.
Yeah, I was running him down, and then it snapped off the corner, and that was it. So I don't know. It was the tires were screaming after that. So top 5 is good enough for me tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, maximize the result when you can, and you'll be in a good position heading in towards the second half of the regular season. But congratulations on another solid finish, and we'll let you get any shout-outs in if you have any.
Yeah, just thank my sponsor, the Speaker Grill, for coming on board this year. It's big for them. So, and of course, you guys for doing what you do every week for us. You guys do a great job. So let's look forward to the rest of the year.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again. We'll see you next week.
All right, thanks.
Yep. Here with the 26 machine of Josh Mueller. Never really got to get out of the starting blocks tonight. Had the unfortunate right before a green flag. He said he had something going on with his wheel, and just trying to get every single position possible tonight. And move on to next week, I imagine. Oh, I just saw his chat. Tornado touchdown 5 miles away. Well, sir, I hope you are okay. I appreciate you sticking out as long as you did tonight with all the craziness going on. And hope you're safe, and hope to see you back next week.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Here with Landon Quisenberry and Cade Ferguson, and probably the best race as a team you guys have ran since we started broadcasts, and landed 5th, Cade a 7th. And you guys were up there battling for the win tonight at times. Great race for the team.
Yeah, finally got to do the paint scheme justice. I mean, yeah, I knew that we were pretty fast all day, and I was like, I'm not giving up this top. You're gonna have
you were not giving up the top. That was your lane.
No, yeah, I could not make the bottom work. I knew as soon that one race started when I was third, it's like if I can't get up there, I'm screwed. Like, I don't know. There's something about Bristol. The bottom was just so hard to get going, and I wasn't gonna kill my right front over it. So, yeah, I just knew like if I could just plant myself and we got a lucky caution and that we would have a chance. But yeah, man,
And led
it's
some
just
laps
finally
tonight. Yeah, out in front. And unfortunately for you, the last restart, you did get put on the bottom, and it sent you right back to that tail end of that line
Yeah,
and having to battle back
yeah,
from that.
and I could. I mean, I think we could have got around Landon and James there, but we don't. They race us so clean. We're not gonna do anything. A few times crossed my mind like I could really bump him right now, but I wasn't gonna do that to my teammate, especially when we look good like that.
Absolutely. And then Landon, similar story. Was able to navigate the pit strategy pretty well tonight, pick up your third top 10 and a top 5 tonight, and even had top 3 speed at times tonight. Just a really, really good race from your point of view.
Yeah, just letting the championship running know I'm here this time. I don't know. This is a really good race. I felt fast. I don't know what it was like the last time we came to Bristol since they changed the tire model. When you I feel like you know what I'm explaining, but like you used to be able to just kind of drive it in straight and it would just stick. Now with the tires, if you drive it in too hard, it'll just spin. So that was like the big learning curve for this track, but had really good speed, ran really good, kept myself out of trouble. It was funny when that caution came out when me and him were the two up front and we, got everyone on strategy there. We were debating right before that, like, should we pit now or should we pit 20 laps? Then someone wrecked right in front of us, in front of the caution. So like, all right, that solves it.
Yeah.
So, just a really good race. Had to keep the right front on it. I kind of struggled with burning up my stuff and then just found myself in a good position at the end. And it's just really hard to pass once you get going. And I got stuck behind James, who I was probably a little bit better than on that end of the run. So I could have got 4th, but I just didn't want to fence him and I didn't want to wreck him. And that's not how I race. And then on top of that, I had the Mr. Clean car tonight. And I was like, would it be a really good look if I'm in the Mr. Clean car and I give him the bump and run? So,
I told you, just Mr. Cleaning out the competition.
Yeah.
So, just great night overall. Really fast for the team. Really happy for the team. And just honestly, shout out to all the guys that were around us tonight because they took care of us so well. And they're really just awesome to race around tonight. It was super fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, definitely a solid team effort. And when there's only, I think, 8 cars in the lead lap and 2 of your team cars are on it, you'll be in for a good night. So, well done, and we'll see you guys next week.
All right, can't wait.
Yep.
Who wants to come turn a lap?
Hello.
I will actually.
Hey.
Here with the rest of the Speed Zone conglomerate, Casey Brown. You started the race late and still finished ahead of Ryan Taylor. How you feel?
There it is.
Well, I think he's just having a bad season, bad luck, and but hey, we'll
There
take
it is.
12th. We didn't have a rear for most of the race, but
That's not what you said in our chat.
Ooh.
well, I'm trying to be. This is a child-friendly chat, right, or whatever you call it.
Yeah, something like that.
But no, it's Bristol. We had
No
there's
rear
Max
clip
in.
either. I see that. I just went back and looked at it. No rear
Yeah.
clip at all.
Yeah, but no, we'll take 12th, and happy with it, and that's all I got to say. Yeah.
Ryan Taylor 13th when all the craziness. Had really good speed tonight. Had the strategy working at one point. Just been that kind of season. Unfortunately, it happens to the best of us with the luck. And if you didn't have bad luck, you'd have no luck at all. It seems.
That's very true.
Yeah, I honestly am at a loss for words on what I could have done differently. I don't know. I had it cleared, but I looking in my mirror, I noticed it last second, so I don't really fully know. But yeah.
Go ahead and I'll just get this out. You got the back marker on the front of the hood, and you track that Super Saturday aura, that mindset, that mentality, and it's following you.
At least I can win there. I mean, yes. So, no, I can't finish a race, and it's getting pretty frustrating. So, just stacking pennies, as you could say, I guess. But yeah, I wish. I hope next week goes to plan. I don't want to be pissed off on my birthday. So,
it's your race too. It's your race. So I hope
I might turn somebody then.
Oh,
so
we're gonna see the Ryan Tiller villain arc. Here we go. He's snapped. Watch out.
I guess I got to race like an a-hole to finish a race. So
Man,
we'll see.
we'll see how it goes. Here with Tony Scareboat, got the Memorial Day themed paint scheme on the car. Car's beat up several times tonight, and but you just got a nice, easy 8th place through all the chaos. Able to just keep trucking, log laps, and you get a free 8th place.
Yeah, that first run I ran it way too hard. Then started following Schwartz there right after the stage break, and just the rest of the race just was really trying to keep my fenders on, but obviously I got turned there. We had a little racing incident there, but I don't know. Just kept chugging along. Got 8th somehow.
Absolutely. Randy Arms, kind of a similar story. That car was beat up to heaven and back, and at one point you're up there at the top 3 late in the race. Ended up finished 6th, but second half of the race, just keep logging them laps and picking them off one by one.
We got 0 practice. Had to start at the rear, and made it to the first corner, I think, and got caught up in that wreck, and just kind of took the whole race to kind of get it fixed to where it could actually drive halfway decent. It was it was extremely loose after that wreck. So there at the end, I could finally drive it. It still wasn't perfect. Was behind Glenn there for 3rd, and thought I'd say hi to everyone in the infield, and about spun it out. But yeah, ended up 6th or wherever. So after the way the race started, we'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, a good night for the team overall, and we'll see y'all next week at Charlotte.
Yeah.
Hey,
Right.
thank you.
Take care. Here with Atomic Motorsports, an absolutely incredible night for Mr. James Goodwin, picking up a top 5, finishing 4th here tonight. Great speed from you, sir.
Hell yeah. Best race yet. 4th place. And I mean, somehow managed to do it with 0 incident points and kept the car where I needed it and just found lines. I mean, the tire management I was worried about, but apparently I managed it decently because I wasn't losing too much ground on the guys in front of me. So can't be upset.
Absolutely. You were actually leading laps here, too, at one point with about 60, 70 to go. Strategy kind of tilted in your favor, and you were leading here at one point tonight, so really, really strong race from you.
Yeah, Tiller and I were on the same strategy there, and then I was outside, and I'm like, I need to lead a lap or 2. I'm going to treat this. Like, this might as well be the green-white checker right here. So I ran it as hard as I could to at least get out front for a minute, and then obviously there were some faster guys on new tires behind me, but luckily that other caution came out, and for once the strategy kind of helped me. Usually doesn't work that way.
Absolutely. But very, very strong result, and picking up your 3rd top 10 of the season and first top 5, 6 races into the season. So very strong start for you.
I think it's my first top 5 ever, and I'm getting close to that podium. Sooner or later, I'm going to go to that waiting for interview spot.
There you go.
I told the guys I'm just going to jump up there.
You'd get dragged in either way. We talked to everybody, but no, definitely the results are getting better, consistency's getting better, and it's definitely paying off on the racetrack. So got a lot to be happy about.
Yes, sir.
Kyler Friesch, I believe it was, picked up your first top 5 of the season last week at Watkins Glen, and then followed it up with a strong 11th place finish here at Bristol.
Yep, can't be too upset about it. I misjudged a corner. I think it was like lap 2 or 3. It got to be that guy for a race, caused a little bit of a pile up. I kind of set the tone for the rest of the race. I just couldn't quite find the line tonight, but happy for James. I'm glad he got something out of it.
It's vintage Bristol. It's all right. You weren't the only one. But able to rebound from lap 2 and then start logging laps, getting a little better as the race went on, and bringing home 11th tonight.
Yep, absolutely.
And then Joseph McGill, unfortunately, caught up in some stuff and ends up 17th here tonight.
Yep. Another day, another dollar. Tyler Justice, that was me, by the way. He put an apology in general chat. It started off with that. I found a line, had a solid pit come out. He ended up behind us. Obviously, he was running fast and pushing his way up front. So stuff happens. I wrecked. Then I got myself good later on, blew the engine. So that's Bristol for you.
Definitely.
Glad to be here.
Hopefully Charlotte will end up better for you next week. I got to ask, were you in the Marines? I know Scott Kelly sponsored tonight's race, but you had run the paint scheme. Were you?
Yeah, I was. I was a reservist, an infantryman out of Buffalo, New York. I was in for 4 years, so got out back during COVID.
Gotcha. Well, I guess this race dedicated to you, and then yeah, so you got that going for you, I guess.
Wrecked that like I wrecked my career, baby.
Oh, jeez. Well, still here week in and week out, and that's all I could ask for. So
Yep,
appreciate
I'm
you.
here for it.
Absolutely. Well, appreciate the time as always, fellas, and we'll see you next week at Charlotte.
Thanks.
Again, Max.
All right, Art, your final thoughts on a wild one at Bristol?
It really is kind of your standard Bristol race. There was bumping. There was not really a lot of bumping and running, actually. It was either you bumped and y'all wrecked, or you bumped and you wrecked someone else.
Absolutely. We're only at an hour and 39 minutes, so vintage Bristol, 15, 16-second laps. It gets over with pretty quick. We did have a race of attrition tonight, all the way back to Wyatt Garrett in 20th. But, yeah, Joseph Murata, Zach Scare did not take the green flag. Wyatt Garrett did take the green flag and made it 3/4 of a lap, so he was here, Wyatt Garrett. But congratulations to Tyler Justice on the win, Glenn Murphy Jr., Schwartz on the podium. Good one. Solid finish. Cade Ferguson quiz. I mean, it was a good night for a lot of guys. We had, at one point, like 4 different guys that were like, oh, this guy hasn't won before in a very long time. He could win it. And it was topsy-turvy all night long. And then in the end, Tyler Justice says, all right. I dominated the first 50. I'm coming back. I'm getting my race win. And that's that. But it was very entertaining. Never knew really what was going to happen until the very end. And that's just how we like them. But appreciate everyone tuning in. We'll be back next Tuesday. We're off for Friday Night Rod Card this Friday for Memorial Day weekend. So y'all enjoy the holiday weekend. And again, thank you to all those that served and sacrificed the ultimate price for our freedoms. And just remember what Monday is for. And we'll be back here next Tuesday at Charlotte. Y'all take care.